There you go. A band-aid, a little Neosporin, and you'll be right as rain.
As Tenrier
Dead.
walks over to fucking Abraxas and will put a glowing hand on him.
All right.
15.
All around you, the corpses. You notice after a moment of being lifeless,
Thank you.
they start to wither and crumble, and they turn into the same gray silt stuff that you see all around you.
Richard,
I look around at what we're at what's around us and what we're walking on, and I say, "That's unsettling."
Richard, what was that you just rolled?
That's for Abraxas, since everyone's got you with mending.
What?
Can I have that one, Solomon?
Wait, which one? What? I
That.
wasn't paying attention.
Oh, he kind of like does the little like finger gun things and slowly pulls out like the stuffed animal. He's like, "Can I have that one?"
I mean, they're kind of my thing that I have to. I mean, if I'm not controlling it, I dismiss the strings off of one hand, and the other puppet just kind of falls to the ground.
Huh. Can you not control more than one at a time?
Oh, I could. I hold up two hands. I have two hands, don't I?
True. I was gonna say, can they not act without the strings?
No, they cannot. Technically, they aren't alive at all.
Well, will this work for the
Like
body for it?
Like a stuffed animal thing.
It's a stuffed animal with onyx eyes.
You're going to put the soul of an angry barrow ghost into a stuffed animal.
I mean, hey, it's
You
what we
are
got.
literally recreating Annabelle right there.
You're going to create
Literally.
Nevermore, the familiar.
Hey, I can control it though. It's
True.
fine.
I'm gonna say, yeah, fuck it. You could use the stuffed Craven. Whoa. I just said Craven and Roe. Oh gosh.
All right. Let's.
Oh wait, it's a stuffed falcon
It's a falcon.
It's a stuffed falcon.
Okay, it's a falcon. Whatever.
with onyx eyes.
That's
Hey, yeah, you
creepy.
keep the
That's
onyx in there
super
so you can keep the insanity gaze out.
Yeah. Can I make that my second puppet?
Hell yeah, dude. You're gonna
Yeah.
have, you're gonna have to
Can
spend
you-
some
can
time
you
to
use-
build it though.
Can you use
Yeah.
the insanity glare at will?
It's like a. It's like, you know how they have like falcons with caps on their heads so they sleep? It's like that, but you have it in the eyes so it doesn't make people crazy.
Right. Well, how long will you need to make this a thing?
Oh yeah, we decided on a short rest, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So a short rest is all I need.
Okay. Well, whenever we.
I'm
decide to
assuming
go-
the craft magic item stats can be used for if I actually need to make the body.
Right. This, you already have a body, and I think it's
Yeah.
it would be a small body with the ability to fly, and it could use the insanity gaze.
Yeah.
High five.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
just a bit of flavor. During the short rest, Seldra can be seen just using her tinker tools to repair different parts of damage all over her body.
I like that we're kind of adding flavor that depending on what soul I get, it can have different abilities.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so he's got a falcon with the ability of a barrow wight. This is gonna be great.
I'm
The
loving my
entire-
character more and more.
I was wondering if we could just have it fly around and use it as a scout.
We can if it's within 60 feet of me.
That's pretty useful, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can have fly 60 feet upwards.
yeah.
Maybe,
Wow.
maybe we could use it to find a way over these barrows.
Abraxas like walks over and checks to see how sturdy this is.
I'm gonna.
It's
let's
not.
See, what are the stats?
It is pure silt. If you put your hand up to it, you can feel it slipping and sliding all over.
All of you back off. Okay.
It's like, what?
You all back off.
What are we doing? Okay.
Further.
By the way, Frank,
Hmm.
well done.
Let's see.
Thanks. I think I'm getting the hang of this axe thing. He looks down at the axe just purely covered in silt, which you think used to be barrow white and viscera.
Seldra's is going to pat him on the shoulder and say, I'm proud of you.
Well, it's good to hear from you, Madam Seldra. I've been trying.
I can
Let's
see
see
that.
here. There's nothing to grab hold of. So he is going to come over to here.
Okay.
The puppet's gone, obviously. and he's going to try to see if he can hit this wall in a way to where it will hopefully this shit will come this way.
Are you trying to aura a path?
Kinda,
hope
sorta,
so.
not really.
I hope so.
He just wants to freaking punch it hard to where it freaking falls down so we have a path up.
Give me a strength check. You give it a big poofy punch as the silt flies everywhere from your punch, and you can feel the whole terrain start to shake as you do this. And it comes like sliding down, almost like a mudslide. And you create kind of like a pathway up. It's slanted, but it's steep enough that you could probably climb it if you tried hard enough.
Tenrier is slowly pulling out some rope from his pack and offering it to everyone, just here, everyone, tie yourselves to this.
Guys, I just thought of something.
What's
Okay,
he at?
Rat.
Seldra does so.
My falcon puppet. Can it carry me?
Oh my god.
How big is
Did he,
the
did,
falcon?
he, did he just get him out? Did he just get him out?
Fuck, I don't see why not.
All right, so at parts I would when testing this out, I would like the falcon to grab me on my back, and then it's basically like I have wings.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh my god. You're insane, Westley.
I am insane, but it's awesome.
Rat, you should know that from a Rask.
I'm
Yep.
well aware of that part. Alright, so you guys have somewhat of a sheer silty slope. It's gonna be hard to climb, but with the help of the rope, you should be able to reach the top of it.
Yeah.
Seldra ties herself to the rope.
So if everyone ties themselves to the rope, Abraxas will grab the one end and essentially just keep hold of it and drag them if they don't keep up. Just
Alright.
making sure that they, are able to prod up safely.
So you start to create like a mountain climbing team situation where everyone's gonna have to climb onto you and hold onto the rope and just continue up and hope Abraxas can pull them up to the top.
He's
What
a
about
big
Dapper
boy.
Frank?
He could probably do it. Judging by how light most of the party members are, and the heaviest is Dad, so... yeah, no, I think he can carry everyone.
Surprisingly, it's the human and not the
Yeah,
construct.
right. Does he need to keep making a path, or is this fine? He just
Well, he's gonna
Seldra
need to
probably
punch once he gets to that point on the path. Because it's still a little bit steep there, a little too steep to make it any further. Dad is having a hard time. Dad flops onto the silt and just makes a dad-shaped path behind him.
just like making uncomfortable dad noises.
It's Seldra being dragged with an 11.
Seldra's fine. Oh, Frank is good. Frank's keeping up the rear.
come on, Dapper Frank.
No, Dapper Frank is struggling.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he's getting dragged.
Yeah, but Frank, with his almost critical role, is able to help support Dapper Frank in his time of need.
He's
He
helping
has
his
evolved
brother.
into his new form, Muscular Frank.
All right.
Wait, can I do that?
What?
Can he do that?
I mean, you'd have to unsummon him and resummon him.
That's
but sure.
fair. That's
It would-
fair.
it would take-
I'll just keep him like this for now. This is fine.
All right. Abraxas is gonna keep making the pathway then.
Okay, give me a punchy punch.
Ora. I just thought about this, but you said it was a punch. Does that mean it's an unarmed strike?
Pretty much. Oh, come on. Yeah, sure, whatever, fine. Yes. Dear Lord. With one seismic fist, Abraxas wheels back and he extends the silt path super far. So far
Oh
that
my god.
it just flattens this whole level of terrain, and you can actually see it dip downwards as if it's continuing along the path. Everyone, you're now on almost level terrain. Abraxas's punch was so powerful that
Are we still all tied to Abraxas?
you're still
Oh
all
yeah,
tied
unless
to
you
him.
untie yourself.
He's just stomping through this path that he just made, and we're all just dragging along.
It's very hard to. It's like very slippery. That's about all it is at this point.
Abraxas is just like making big old footprints where
You
he
see,
stomps.
Braxis, you see what you think used to have been a Barrow White's den, and it seems to have been like completely crushed in the time. Oh, make a roll on the D975, please. You see, there's like a little piece of fabric sticking out of the ground, like directly in front of you.
He slowly reaches down and digs it out with one big scoop.
If you investigate this and look at it closely, you realize it's a loincloth.
Any symbols or markings or very nice cloth?
Nope, just a piece of leather in a triangle.
He tosses it to the side.
Monster pantsu.
And
It's like, what did you find there?
loincloth.
Okay. I'm not even gonna question it at this point.
It's wise. Oh god, do we see that guy over there?
Which one?
Oh boy, that is
And
sludge
the fucking noose?
and a noose.
Yeah, if you look up to your top, you notice a pool of inky black substance like before, and there seems to be a noose just hanging there above it.
Well, that's foreboding.
And as the path
Ding.
slopes down, it seems to go into a graveyard of some sort.
Tenrier starts to untie himself and looks to the others to do the same.
Yeah,
Sergeant does.
okay.
Yep.
Takes his
Joel
rope
does the
back.
same.
Frank unties his thing and peers towards the black pool again.
Frank,
is
do not.
Bizarre.
Don't
It
touch
is.
that, Frank.
I'm not
Also,
planning on
who the-
touching it.
Who the heck is that guy?
If you continue further down, you see what looks like kind of a ghostly glow hovering around the graveyard.
Do they look hostile?
Not particularly. They just look
It
kind
don't
of
look-
confused.
I'm gonna go
Don't
say
look-
hi.
Yeah, same.
Oh, don't tell me.
Okay, Frank comes up or
Dapper
not, Dapper
Frank.
Frank walks up.
Dapper Frank walks up. I'm motionless as always.
Tenrier's like
in his
right
pocket.
next to him.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. I'm Hazel. A little ghost girl floats over to you and extends her hand.
Dapper
Oh
Frank
my
takes it.
goodness! She looks down at the little puppet in your pocket. You're so adorable.
I it's like, oh, this.
She's looking straight at you, Solomon.
I take myself out and then yeah, I start puppeting myself.
It's like, that's amazing. How'd you get him to do that? She's pointing at Dapper Frank when she says that.
Okay, so I'm gonna do an insight check to see if this person seems to have any ill will at all.
Okay.
Same.
Let's see.
Same.
Where's my insight?
We just came out of combat. We don't trust nothing.
Yeah.
I have no this is completely
This seems
trustworthy.
completely
ghost.
trustworthy to you,
Yeah, Tenrier
Richard.
thinks so too. He's got a 10.
She seems perfectly fine to me.
What about the dad?
What about the
Oh,
10?
shit. The dad?
She floats next to Dapper Frank. Are you also attending the Baron's ball?
Yeah.
Duncan, you don't
yeah.
notice any
Yes.
ill intent towards you.
Yeah, yes, we are in fact.
Oh, it's such a lovely idea, isn't it? I can't wait to meet all the other guests.
Yes, I'm quite excited as well. I put myself back into my pocket.
What's your name, by the way? All of you, I guess. I didn't know you were traveling in such a large group. She looks around at the people who've suddenly come out of the graveyard towards her.
The bears are dangerous. It's best to travel in numbers. Safety in numbers is all.
Oh, that makes sense.
My name is Alfred. Alfred.
She cocks her head at you. Alfred. Okay.
Yes.
Well, pleased to
I'm
meet
the
you,
leader.
Alfred. She reaches a small hand down to you.
I shake the hand. Actually, no. I puppet myself to make the puppet me shake the hand.
She was going to your puppet hand, but she then
Good.
realizes and goes towards the... Wait, Did you make the puppet or
I make the puppet me do it.
which you? Is it you or the puppet on your hand?
Me.
Okay. Yeah, she shakes your hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Following what Wesley's lead. I'm Liliana. You can call me Lily if you wish.
Lily, pleased to meet you. I'm Hazel.
Pleasure.
Tenrier takes a bow. He is in his fancy attire, so this is great. And he takes a bow and clears his throat. And I am the manager of the man of the hour right there that you are speaking to. The name,
Oh.
yes, the name is Saro.
Well, hello, Sarah. It's a pleasure to meet you.
He extends a hand and smiles.
She laughs and it's like, this is all so fun. I'm loving this. Okay, who's the big man back there? She
Name's Joel Simpson. Howdy there. I
she
come from
whips
the
around.
city of Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. She tries to mouth what you just said.
No, that's right.
Sounds foreign.
Yes, he's not quite from here. The man behind me is, well, we just call him Big Guy. He's the muscle that helps make sure that our traveling band is safe whenever we travel.
She looks up at this towering creature, and her eyes sparkle, and she says, I love it.
Thank you.
Frank comes in. Guys, Oh. Okay. Hello.
And this,
Who are you?
Hazel, is my dear friend Jonathan.
Ah, yeah. Jonathan. He looks down at Seldra. That's not the name. That's not the name I'm going by. That wasn't the name. I'm Jonathan Flanagan.
Wait, I cut him off and say, of course, that's his middle name. His middle name.
Flynn Jonathan Flanagan. It's people call me John because I'm, so many names. It's much simpler than Flynn. Comes up the tongue easier. And she looks at him and says, "Oh, all right. Well, it's good to meet you then, John." And extends a hand and shakes it. So, are we all going to go to the ball together then?
Oh, well, that'd be very delightful. You know what
I
they
don't
say?
see why not.
Lovely.
That'd be
I
lovely.
think it's going to be such a grand time. I can't wait to meet the Baron.
Right, can I tell if they're actually ghosts or if they're just using some kind of polymorph magic or whatever?
Oh yeah,
All
give
right.
me from your magical once-over, you cannot detect any sort of polymorph spell. At least not the magical signature.
As far as I can tell, she's actually dead.
As far as you can tell, this is an actual ghost.
I'm gonna keep that information to myself for now.
Okay. Do you guys know the way to the Baron's Manor?
You know, that's the darndest thing. We don't. We followed the invitation as much as we could, and, well, along the way we got lost and attacked. It's so unfortunate. Do you know the way by chance?
Of course. And she leads you this way, looking behind. If you just follow me, we'll be there in just a moment.
Oh, thank you very much.
That would be lovely.
So she leads you deeper into the barrows, the paths winding back and forth, and there's many, many different choices and offshoots, but eventually, after not too much walking, you come across a clearing. A winding pathway juts out in front of you, rising above a lake of the black tarry substance from before. An elegant mansion of rich woods and bright lights sits atop a silty barrow in the center of the lake. Two masked figures stand to either side of the entrance of the door, and you can faintly see movement behind the windows. Hazel smiles and points politely at the manor. Our destination, friends.
Okay.
Also, I just want to make sure it's known. I haven't put my stuff away yet. It's still out in my hand as a walking deck.
Tenrier pats himself down as he looks as if he's trying to find something. He's like, "Oh no, this is not good at all. This is not good."
What's the problem?
It seems that we've misplaced the invitation. I believe that it might have gotten lost in the last scuffle.
Oh, well that should
that
be
be a
no
popular-
problem. We can I can say you're with me, and it's a very light security ordeal, so I'm sure they'll let us all in.
Thank you so very much, Miss Hazel.
I'm sure they would know about the barrow whites in the area.
She seems more than pleased about being able to lend a hand to you guys.
Okay.
God, okay. You.
I like this character.
From your assumption, she's about like 10 years old. She looks
Oh my god.
so.
Gotcha.
She's like, yeah,
Oh,
I'll help.
Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
This is gonna be fun. She's like skipping and dancing through the
I-
air up the path.
I kind of mumble to myself. I wonder if I can take souls when they're away from the body. Not that I'm planning on taking this little girl's souls. It's just seeing her. I'm starting to wonder. I'll test it if I run into a ghost.
Just be on your toes, everyone.
Baron's Manor gets ever nearer as you walk up the silty path, which barely seems held together by anything more than just a simple bit of magic sprung into it. You can feel the magic tingle in your feet as you walk over the pathway. Whatever's holding this house together seems to be an ancient spell of some sort, and it sticks to your boots on the way. Alright, you know nothing more than that it's just a simple controlling of materials spell used to hold the thing together, so that it doesn't fall into the tar beneath. The ghost girl calmly walks up to the door and looks to either of the bouncers. Hello, we're here for the party. The two masked figures incline their heads towards you and say, of course. If all we ask is that we have your invitation and know your names, the man behind the one mask says, and the woman says, please, as if you want to come in, the party's just starting. Hazel presents what appears to be a ghostly blue letter that she pulls out of her ghostly blue dress and shows to the woman.
That one.
And she's like, yes, this is for the Baron's party. And the lady looks at it and says, all right, that seems good. Hazel points behind, and I'm traveling with these fine folks, if you will. We are all together on the same invitation. The lady doesn't seem to have any problem with this, and simply the two of them open the door up and allow you to enter.
So just got into herself. That was.
Remarkably easy.
Anyone else getting what's going on vibe right now?
No.
The door swings open, and you can smell the scent of food and the sounds of something going on inside. Sounds like either people talking or... all right.
So are they not suspicious at all that we have pretty much what appears to be two identical looking people?
They're
No, they
twins,
actually
man.
seem to not even like mention it.
I'm
They
surprised
walk-
no one mentions the scythe still in my hand.
Or the
Uh,
massive bodyguard.
The masked man at the bottom looks at you and says, so room on the right there, if you want to put up any coats. I see you're all dressed for the occasion. If I could just simply get a name from each of you for the guest list, he holds out a piece of paper. That would be lovely so that we know who's staying. And then he leans in closer. As you all know, please don't actually give me your real names. This is a masquerade. I want to know exactly who you might be. And the lady on the other side says, also, if you're interested, dinner will be soon. But in the meantime, you can walk around and say hello to all the other guests, introduce yourselves, and please, have fun.
So something just occurred to me. We should have asked what the Baron's like so we can see if we can figure out who he is.
That might have been a good idea.
Well,
Don't worry,
hindsight.
we'll figure it out.
I'm going to walk in and say, I am Alfred, aspiring puppeteer and successful businessman.
Alfred. Well, we hope you enjoy the stay at the party. He writes it down with a nice quilled pen on the notepad.
I nod and say, likewise.
I should let you know, Sir Alfred, that the Baron himself has said he shall make an appearance after dinner tonight. So if you're wishing to meet him, please be patient, and hopefully we can make things work out.
Why, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Enjoy your stay.
I'm.
The lady looks ready to answer any questions of yours.
Hello, I am known as Liliana of the Vale, an ancient sorcerer.
Liliana of the Vale, he says. A pleasure. And he writes your name down.
She nods.
Hazel floats forward. Hi, I'm Hazel. You already know that, though. And the man inclines his head. Of course, of course.
I just make a mental note of the fact that Hazel might not be her actual name.
So.
I walk up
Yes.
to the person and say, "Howdy. Why, naturally, my name's Joel Simpson.
The man,
I weren't given none other than my own."
he cocks his head. Joel Simpson. All right. And he writes the name down. Frank steps forward. I am the great bard Flynn Flanagan. A pleasure. Frank is really hamming it up.
Sorry about him. The name is Saro. And the guy behind me here is the bodyguard. We call him Big Guy.
He looks over the corner at Big Guy. Hey, Big Guy. Just a heads up. How he looks at you. How's he getting through the doors?
He kind of like crouches and turns, and then he kind of like looks at them. I can shrink if needed.
Right, I'll put you down for one big guy, but sometimes small guy.
Shrinks down to his small size.
Crosses out the name big guy, puts down small guy. The lady in the red cloak looks at you and says, most of the guests are behind me in the parlor. However, if you want to continue into the dining room and meet the chef, or spend some time in the study, you can go down the hallway near the man who took your names. The parlor itself is behind me.
Something.
Well,
And I'm gonna make one more note that you should know. The Baron does not want any visitors going upstairs into his personal quarters. As per usual, you'll be restricted to the first floor. I hope this isn't a problem for any of you.
no problem at all.
She stands over in the corner. Please enjoy your stay.
I'd like to go into the parlor.
Alright, you open the door and immediately you're overwhelmed with a warm sense of jovial nature, and the parlor in front of you opens up and you see immediately in front of you a rather fancy woman sitting in a chair, and in the back corner more of a dark figure, and then a rather flamboyant figure on the
Alright.
right.
Tenrier will follow Dapper Frank in and kind of like pull him close. Kind of like do that whole tug on the shirt to like whisper, and he'll lean down.
I lean over.
Yeah, he'll lean down as if he's like whispering quiet into the ear, but is actually whispering down at the puppet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you can just do the familiar. I can sense through him.
Oh shit, okay. I did not know this. Neither did he until now. What is our plan here? Are we going to just mingle and all that? Did you want to try to do your little thing with the bird now? Abraxas could be large and put us in the corner. Sit in front of us while you do your work.
While you guys are talking, you notice that there's substantial conversation going on between these two members. And the door here seems to be locked of some sort. A locked door. There's a window here, another door here. And there seems to be some sort of a commotion going on behind this door over here.
Okay.
Commotion?
You just hear some noises, some weird scuffling sounds. Yeah.
Rat, I have a question. What does it look like when I'm putting a soul into a puppet?
It
Does
looks like you're reconstructing a living creature. So
Okay.
Probably a little disturbing.
Alright, because I was gonna say, if I need to, I can always say, say something like, "People gather around as I perform my puppetry."
You are a pretty good performer.
Yeah.
And I can always ham it up for him.
Yeah.
I
So,
can always throw in a few dad jokes in there.
I feel like I want to do that actually.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
right ahead.
Are you gonna
All right,
tell?
for-
like,
I'm gonna
10
explore. I'm gonna explore a little bit, but I want
are you
to
gonna-
make that puppet.
I was gonna say, are you gonna like tell Tenrier this plan?
Yes.
Well, you do know we could always use Abraxas as something that you've created.
We could.
Solomon, you notice that this man across the room from you seems to be staring directly at you very intently.
I'm go. Oh, I just I really hope that the way I notice that is that Dapper Frank is like talking to him, but the puppet happens to just be leaning out of the pocket, so you can
You
see.
can see it, yeah. You can see behind that they're intently staring at you.
Are they staring at Dapper Frank or the puppet?
You can't really tell. They're just staring at your general collection.
That makes sense.
Their mask seems to hide their eyes.
Okay. I'm going to nonchalantly walk over and motion like, "Hello, hello there, friends. How is everyone tonight?"
The two that were in conversation stop and politely nod, and the one in the corner says, "Pleased, as always."
I walk over and say, "Hello, fine chap. How are you?"
Meow.
My name. Okay.
A cat meows.
My name is Alfred. A
I got a
pleasure.
cat right
I
here.
offer my hand.
He offers a leathery gloved hand up to you that seems wickedly distorted. He says, "I am known as the Crow. A pleasure."
I shake his hand.
It is stiff and mechanical. It feels even more mechanical than that of Madame Seldra's handshake.
I sit down next to him. He said the Crow.
He's called the Crow. You notice that next to him, he has a bowl of chips,
Oh.
but he's not eating any of them, and his mask covers his mouth completely.
I sit down and I say, "So, Mr. Crow, how's
Yes.
what's your story? How are you here?"
I am here to read this book. He is holding a leather-bound book of some sorts. It is very interesting.
Might I take a peek?
Sure. He hands you the book.
I look at the book. What is it?
You
I
have
only
no
know
idea what
common.
it says.
I say, "I'm not familiar with this language. What is it?"
Ah, if you have not heard, it is, and then he enunciates a word that sounds impossible to pronounce, absolutely ludicrous at all lengths, and he says, "Have you never heard of?" And he repeats the same word.
I haven't. I'd like to insight check to see if this is just a bunch of random scribbles.
Okay, Tenrier, what languages do you know?
Common and Draconic.
What about Abraxas?
Oh! Ooh! Maybe it's Abraxas' language.
Well, he knows what languages I know. It doesn't give him any extras,
Okay.
unfortunately.
You do not understand it either.
My insight check is to see if this is just some made-up language.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, it is a real language, but it is very scribbly in form, very jagged and sharp.
I'd love to research. I try my best to repronounce.
The Crow cocks his head at you. "Do you mean," and he repeats the word in a much more elegant and deep fashion, "your
Yes.
pronunciation is all off. I could help you."
So,
Yes, that would be lovely.
Seldra walks in.